So I spoke today about how to be a healthy, happy, and productive remote worker. And at Trello, what I do is I run marketing, and most of my team is remotely distributed. So the talk today was a little bit about how we run the team, how we run the Trello team in general, and also just some personal productivity tips around remote work.
Can you tell me a bit more about the remote work? Because you said that all of your team are remotely distributed. So how, as a person in a senior position, are you able to manage everybody's productivity?
Yeah, so we have very much a results-oriented culture. So people do work sort of the same hours. They come to their home office every day, similar to how they would in a physical office where everyone is working together. But our kind of office is the digital workspace. So we've got Slack, we've got Trello, we've got Confluence. That's where all of our work happens. And we set goals and use the OKR framework, where we're setting sort of objectives and key results, and projects are happening. Folks are collaborating on digital platforms, and then at the end of the quarter, at the end of the half year, we sort of look and we analyze our performance. And so for me as a manager, it's actually, honestly, it's kind of easier because there's not a lot of the BS that happens in an office where some people are working late because they want to look like they're working, or it's really just about how projects are getting done and the business impact. It's more just this mindset that you don't really need to be physically co-located with people to collaborate and to do your best work. It's not surprising that we build a kind of project management platform because we're experiencing the same pain points and challenges that our users are, because they're using Trello to manage projects at work as well. So I think it's definitely a perk, but there's a lot of research that shows that people are more productive and people are happier when they are working remotely. It also, as you mentioned, reduces a lot of hiring barriers, because when you don't have to hire people all in the same geographic area, you can hire the very best people for the job, regardless of where they choose to live.
And so what about those people who choose to live in Bali or on a beach, and then they dial into a video conference and it looks like they're relaxing and having an amazing time?
Yeah, so at my talk, I talked a lot about how there's a lot of misconceptions about remote work, and one of them is this idea of being a digital nomad, which is super popular right now, and I think that that's a great lifestyle choice for freelancers or for maybe solo entrepreneurs. But when you're working in a team, that's actually not something that we sort of permit or allow, because to work in a team and be successful at remote work, it's having working from home as a discipline. So it's going every day to an office in your home with a door that closes. It's about having dedicated childcare. It's about having regular working hours, and really the only difference is that you are not in the physical space as the same physical space. So there's definitely, maybe around the holidays, people are working from their, from family homes, but really from the day-to-day perspective is that you're going to your home office, or some people choose to work in a co-working space if they sort of need that social element. So that we don't have any of that, like, I'm working in the middle of the night, or, I'm working from a beach. Like, that's not really how we do remote work.
So can you give us a summary of what your tips and tricks are to a happy, healthy, and productive team?
Yes. So the most important thing is having a shared context. So that means that everybody is playing by the same rules when it comes to remote work. Some of those things are assuming remote no matter where someone is located. Another one is everyone has an office with the door that closes. Another one is having an overlap of time in the day when everybody is expected to be working. So ours is 12 to 4 p.m. Eastern, because our headquarters is in New York, so we sort of always talk about Eastern time. And that means that you can schedule meetings or chat and know that people are around then. And then there's a lot of personal productivity things that you can do, and the most important thing is that you can control your own sort of destiny and your own context. So things like working in a kitchen, or breaking up your day by going to lunch with someone who lives in your city because you need the social element. Like, you can really schedule your day to be productive the way you need it to be. If you're someone who is a maker, blocking out your calendar to make sure you have times, like large swaths of time that's uninterrupted in order to get your work done. You're sort of like in charge of your own productivity, and because you're remote, you don't have sort of the office context of distractions, so you can really set up yourself